needed to understand me more. It was just like the delivery of the way she would talk would be like, off and stuff. And I think she's grown a lot. And I think, I see definitely a positive change in her this year. So I'm only hoping that we, can hopefully get back to where we were at one point.
That's good. I hope so too. We see from the trailer also, like it seems like she might be having some troubles in her marriage, or she's going through something. Like, you're a happily married woman. Like, did you give her any advice? Like, what advice would you give her if you didn't give her any advice yet?
I mean, if I were to give her advice, I think marriage is just hard in general, and there has to be a lot of communication and just understanding of each other. Sometimes we tend to just want to see our side of things and not really understand where they're coming from. And I think we just have a hard time doing that. So, I mean, I haven't really sat down and talked to her, but I'm sure like therapy and stuff like that could be very helpful too. Someone kind of being in the middle and just having both parties understand each other's feelings. That's always the hardest part in marriage.
It is. I'm single, but I do not think marriage is easy by any stretch of the imagination.
It's a lot, and especially when you have kids in there, and then you're working, and there's so much to marriage than just dating, right? You have things joint, bills, this, that. It's not just all lovey-dovey, romantic, that's there, but then there's just like real shit that happens in life. So
Yeah,
it's tough.
I don't think it's easy at all. What about, we also see, Dr. Simone and Dr. Jackie, I didn't think I was going to see this, they seem to be in a good place and kind of have repaired their friendship. What do you think about this friendship? Friends, frenemies?
Yeah, I mean, I think that they're definitely also taking kind of baby steps. And I definitely think they're at a much better place than they were last year, too. Do I think that they're like best of friends? No. But I definitely think they're in a much better place than they were last year, for sure. They definitely have, they're hanging out a lot more than they were. And I don't know if they'll ever be as close as they were, but they're definitely better. So that's good.
That is good. And we learned from Dr. Jackie that she's now in the business of O shots, we've seen in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
That's a new one that I've never heard of before.
Yeah, very interesting.
It's very interesting. What about, it seems that, that Heavenly has a lot to say about a lot of people. I mean, she's feuding with Dr. Contessa. They don't seem to be in a good place. She seems to have said a lot of stuff about a lot of people. Talk to me about this intervention that we see coming without giving away any spoilers. I mean,
obviously you guys have to stay tuned for it, and that will be very interesting to see. But yeah, I mean, there's things that she says, and I think it's like a learning curve for her in terms of what she should say and what she shouldn't on social media. But I think you just will have to watch it and see what happens. But it's a whole learning thing for her, and I do think that some of the things that she says are funny, and she's just joking, but sometimes things can be just said too much, especially if it's your friend, so she kind of has to be careful with that.
Do you think she's misunderstood, or like the others are a little too hard on her?
I think it's more of how things went down was kind of not so well, but I think that, yeah, I think, she does have to be careful of what she says about like her friends, at least. If she's talking crap about people that are not her close friends, I'm like, go for it, whatever, but if they are your close friends, then you kind of have to be careful, because I mean, they're your friends, why are you going to talk shit about your friends?
Totally. Well, I mean, she said Dr. Contessa is in a fake and abusive marriage, and Jackie has issues in her marriage too, and Toya.
Really saying things that are factual, right? So I don't really see what everything that she said is kind of what people have already put out there, right? So
Yeah,
if you put that out there last year, then she's only stating facts.
that's true. I mean, she's also said some things about Quad and Toy, nothing about you. Like you seem to be
She
immune.
did. She did. She
She
said something,
did.
something about my degree or something like it, but it wasn't as bad, right? So I was like, whatever, I'll take it. You know, I mean, it for me it wasn't so bad, but who knows? I mean, she's gonna still do what she does. So we'll see what else she says about me. But
As the season goes on. Have you ever been involved in an intervention in any other part of your life? Like, were you nervous, to do an intervention? I think I would be nervous.
if you were in it, yeah, I mean, if you were that main person, that kind of sucks, you know? So no, that's never happened to me because I mean, I'm a great person. Just kidding. No, but being the person that people are like actually having an intervention on, that position sucks to be in.
Yeah,
So
totally. I know you watched Married to Medicine before you were on it. You've been vocal about that. Did you watch and do you watch any other Bravo now? Or did you before?
like Married to Medicine or any show?
Or like, yeah, like any Housewives, or like, are you a Bravo fan?
Yeah, so I love Beverly Hills. I love New Jersey. Even the new Dubai show is really good. They have a lot of money up there, a lot of money.
They do.
Um, and obviously, Family Karma, I'm a fan of because they're Indian like me. So I do watch them. And what else?
Are you up on like this season of Beverly Hills, Dubai? Like, are you watching now?
I'm kind of watching bits and pieces. Oh, and of course Atlanta too. I watch Atlanta also. So I don't I don't always watch the full episodes, but I watch the bits and pieces. And I've been kind of keeping up with Atlanta, because I am good friends with Drew. So, I like to see her. But yeah, whenever I get an opportunity, I mean, Bravo's always on my channel. So
I mean, Drew is coming for Sheree, the OG. I mean, you gotta have big shoes when you go up against Sheree.
yeah, and you do. So yeah, there's a lot going on between all of them, but it's interesting.
They're like having a good season.
Yeah.
As people watch you this season, like what do you want them to take away? Like as we get to know you more in your second season.
I mean, I want people to know that like I just want everyone to understand every viewpoint that gets shown because there's a lot of things that happen and I just want people to really just wait and see before they just quickly make an opinion. I a lot's going to happen and I just want people to really just look at every viewpoint, listen, understand everyone's perspective and side before they just like make that decision on who they want to go for, But overall, I'm fun, I'm loving, I love to have a good time. That's just my personality. I love these girls. I think at the end, we all do love and support each other, even though we do go through ups and downs. So, we're a good group. We're a good group.
Now, saying like everyone just watch, look at everyone's viewpoint. Of course, don't give anything away. Are you particularly nervous about something or some, people coming for you or something in particular that you did that you're like, oh God?
There's things that happen, and viewers can quickly make it a judgment like right away, but hopefully they can just see through everything and understand all the things that happen and are smart enough to kind of understand every situation before they just make that, judgment.
And like watch on to the end, right? Like, I mean, things change as we know from
Change it.
Mary, right?
Yep.
Things
So
change